This is future Anna. After I say what I'm about to say, you never saw me, okay? But I'm editing the video now, and I feel I need to explain something, okay? You're gonna notice that at the beginning of the video, my energy is here, okay? And then the more you watch the video, it's doing this to some, and then the video ends with me on some crazy thing up here, okay? I just feel I need to explain that I had just had a coffee, more coffee, and I was taking some time to work into my system. That is what is happening, okay? Okay? It's the coffee taking some time to work. All right. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today, as you see, I don't have on the finished shirt. That's because this is new content. Yay! Okay, so today I want to talk about something that I find to be very interesting, something I find to be very important, even though it's not financially related. It is very important to achieving your financial goals, and I'm talking from personal experience as per usual. Today I'm going to give you 5 non-financial habits that you can implement in your life to get you to your financial goals. All right, first up, you need to get in the habit of reading. I have been saying this on my channel. This isn't new, okay? You need to get in the habit of reading, and not just reading novels and reading the exciting action novel them and the lovey-dovey novel them, Mills and Blooms, all them somewhere. No, you need to get in the habit of reading financial material. You need to get in the habit of reading on psychology. You have to understand how your brain works so that you know how to manipulate your own brain into action and manipulate your own brain into success and productivity, right? Because productivity leads to success. Therefore, you need to learn, you need to hack your brain to see what you need to be doing to peak productivity so that you can peak success. You can get to success a lot faster. So when I say get in the habit of reading, yes, I know almost everybody knows how to read, but what I mean is you need to learn how to analyze material. You need to learn how to be able to read and apply to your own life. You need to learn how to read so that it triggers your own thinking. You need to get in the habit of challenging what you have been told if necessary, right? So get in the habit of reading. I mean, do I need to make the correlation between your success, your financial goals and reading? The more you read, the more you know, the more you know, the more you know how to attack your goals. The more you know how to attack your goals, the faster you can actually attack your goals, right? Your financial goals, yes? Okay, the second tip that I have for you with respect to habits is that, guys, you need to have a morning routine. I teach a whole module on this, a whole workshop, I should say, on morning routine in the Money Society. Why would I dedicate an entire hour to the morning routine if it weren't important? Guys, I'm telling you, you have to have a morning routine because, first of all, did you know that 40% of your day, you go through 40% of your day on autopilot? Did you know that? Did you know that? Yeah, read up on it. Read up on habits. You go through half of your day on autopilot by virtue of your habits, right? So when you actually sit down and craft a spectacular routine and you actually get into the routine, do you see what's gonna happen? You're gonna end up in autopilot. And just imagine being in autopilot on an amazing routine that is designed to get you to success, to get you to achieve your financial goals. Guys, I'm telling you, you can't just be waking them out of bed whenever and just be like, yup, let me get to it. No, vibes, no, you cannot do that. You need to plan. You need to plan. You need to plan, and you need to have an actual routine. What time are you going to wake up each morning? I would suggest 5 a.m. because just read a book called The 5 a.m. Club. You'll understand. Plus, you want to be rich, no? You want to be wealthy, no? So you need to emulate the wealthy people, no? The wealthy people wake up at 5 a.m. or earlier. Research it. So you need to know when you're going to wake up, you know, what you're going to do. You need to start stimulating your brain. The routine that I teach my clients, it's designed to stimulate the brain from as early as possible. And when you get in the habit of following this route, of following this system, what's going to happen is that, as I said, it's going to become a habit and you're going to start doing it on autopilot and your brain is going to just be stimulated on autopilot. Do you see the correlation? between achieving your financial goals and having a stellar morning routine? I'm hoping that you are. I'm very excited because I feel like if you were to just get a morning routine and a good one, backed by science, I don't believe in the airfare routines where, oh, you must sit down and, I don't know, airfare things. I don't believe in airfare things, right? Get a routine that's backed by science. And if you want help, you can go on my website. There is a document called the 10-step killer morning routine. You can get that document, okay? The third non-financial habit that you need to get into to supercharge your success is you need to either get into therapy or self-therapy. What do I mean by this? So guys, think about it. From my experience as a coach, a wealth coach, what I see is that when people come to me for the first time, when I examine how they got into their situation, it's probably because, you know, something happened in their lives and they went on a shopping spree, or they just spend, they don't realize that they're spending, but they spend, or they hang out a lot, they drink a lot, or, you know, they just have a bad relationship with money. Where do you think this stems from? Some sort of internal problem. So you need to get to the root of this, which is why therapy may be necessary. If you're like me and you're just struggling to find a good therapist, self-therapy. I do a lot of introspection. So when I do things that, you know, I don't like, things that are out of the norm for me, I sit down and I really think about it. Anna, where did this come from? Anna, why you do that? Anna, you eat that? Or you not eat that? But why you do that? You did that because of that? But why that? And that? And that, and that, and that, and that. That's what I do, right? And I make sure I hold myself to an introspection session every Sunday. I take myself on dates every Sunday, right? Probably go get sushi and I get a nice glass of sangria and I sit down and I think about what the week was like. What I will do throughout the week is, so if something happens that bothers me, I'm going to write down what it is, because probably it's midweek and I probably don't have time to deal with this right now, to be honest with you. So I jot it down in my phone, and then when I go to my self-care session on Sunday, I, you know, hash it out with myself. But the point is, you can't just leave it unchecked, because when you leave these things unchecked, they can creep over into your financial life, and even though you may be hitting your financial goals, it may be detracting from your goals. Because, for example, let's say you have a spending problem, or you spend when you are emotionally affected. You hit your targets, your income targets, but you're spending because you're emotionally affected. So I know it sounds like a lot, and I know it sounds airy-fairy, to be honest with you, but I promise there is a psychological reason for this, and I invite you to read up on it. You know, read up on therapy, Google this, therapy and achieving financial goals or something to that effect, right? But there is a correlation, and you need to get in the habit of checking yourself before you wreck yourself. The next tip I have for you is you need to get in the habit of planning. Do you know why so many people fail to achieve their goals to begin with? It's because they are just doing things based on vibes. They know that, hey, I want to be a multi-millionaire. But when you ask them, okay, how are you going to get there? Work and pray, hustle and grind. But what's the plan? Where you go hustle and grind with? Where you go work on? What kind of work you gonna do and pray? What's the plan? So you need to figure out where you want your life to ultimately end up. That's your vision for your life, and then you distill that all the way down to something that you can do tomorrow. Okay? You need to break it all the way down. Planning is so important. I forget the saying, but there is a saying that Brian Tracy says. Like something sound like, you know, 1 hour in plan, 2 hour in planning, 2 hours in planning results in like 30 minutes execution, or something to that effect. But when you plan out your, you know, your goals, you achieve the goals a lot faster, because you're not stopping to figure out, scramble, if I'm but what you must know. You get distracted, you're gonna go work on next goal and nothing not do. Just plan so that you know what you're supposed to be doing. You wake up knowing what to do. It's just to get into action mode. Okay, so get in the habit of planning, and you don't need any fancy planners to do this. You don't need any fancy documents to do this. Okay, just open an Excel or a Word document and you just do what I just said. Start with a vision for your life and you distill it all the way down to something that you can start doing tomorrow. If you need a little bit more help, there is yet another product on my website that helps with this. Okay, so you can look to do that. But bottom line is, you need to get in the habit of planning, because ain't nobody got no time. Ain't nobody got no time to be for you if I'm both and I shuffle here and I shuffle there. You need to just get to it, okay? And for you to get to it, you need to know exactly what you're getting to. So you need to have a plan. Yeah? Nod your head with me. You need to have a plan. The last tip I have for you, it's difficult for me to even tell you because I feel like such a hypocrite. But you know, the fact that I don't do it as well as I should does not negate the fact that it is a habit that can supercharge your financial goals, right? And this tip is that you need to rest. It's very difficult for me to say that because I don't do that very well. I should rest a lot more than I do now, but I really don't. It's something I'm working on, but you should rest. And for a psychological reason, a science-based reason I should say, there's a thing called decision fatigue. So the longer you're awake, the less likely your brain will be able to make good decisions because it's now tired. So how you recharge your brain is by, you guessed it, by sleeping. You need to rest. And it may not be sleep, guys, just something that's relaxing to you that shuts your brain off. There are certain neurotransmitters that you need to be released in your brain for you to calm down, and you need to be calm in order to produce results. I'm also talking to myself right now. But as I said, this is a habit that you can implement and employ in order to hit your targets and hit your financial goals, okay? So let me recap really quickly. First habit is you need to get in the habit of reading. Read financial materials. Don't stop reading until you understand financial materials. Get in the habit of reading the prospectus. You know that the prospectus for when an IPO comes out is a regular document, but what dissuades a lot of people, or what discourages a lot of people, is the fact that the document is like 158 pages long or 200 pages long. But guys, you need to understand that it's just like a book. There are a bunch of unnecessary pages in there, and you just need to go to the table of contents, look at the topics, look at the corresponding pages, skip to the page to read what that topic is about. Start there. Go to the table of contents and find something that you can, like, look at a topic that you understand. Like, yeah, I think this is gonna be about XYZ. Go there and start reading that chapter, right? And then make sure you understand everything on that chapter. I'm so excited and I have so much caffeine in my system I can barely talk. But the point, by the way, guys, I'm in Bogota. Story time on one of my Sunday vlogs, but I moved to Bogota. Anyway, so the point is that you need to make sure you get in the habit of reading financial material so that you know what you are supposed to be doing for your own life. You should not 100% be depending on any professional. I tell you all the time, no one professional should be dictating your life. You should know what is going on. If the professional said, I'm going to go to XYZ in your portfolio, you're supposed to know what XYZ mean for the most part. I'm not saying you're going to know everything, but you need to at least know the basics so that, you know, you're not, you know, going in a direction that you don't want to go in. Okay? So get in the habit of reading. Secondly, you need a morning routine. Okay? You need a morning routine because 40% of your day, you're on autopilot. So you need to control that 40% of the day as much as possible. Put yourself on a routine that even if you're on autopilot, it's gonna mean that you're on autopilot to success. Okay? Morning routine. The third thing that we talked about is that you need to get in the habit of getting therapy or even self-therapy. You can do what I do and go get sushi and a sangria and, you know, think about, you know, what you did in the week that was just so not you, or, you know, get to the root of it. I would suggest therapy. If you can find a good therapist, go do therapy. But the thing is that if you are affected mentally, it is going to seep over into your productivity. It's going to seep over into your productivity, which will affect your success and obviously affect your goals. Something that I forgot to mention under this thing is that therapy may also be necessary if you are in a relationship, like a romantic relationship that is affecting you. Because if the relationship is not the best relationship that it can be, hear me out, you are most likely going to be distracted while you're at work or while you're working on your business or your product or service. You're gonna be distracted. You're gonna be like, oh, what Bob did me last night when him did say, or I wonder why me not get through to Bob. Bob must have cheated on me, also the excitement. So it's gonna affect your productivity. So go get therapy. Or if you want to do self-therapy, just do some sort of therapy and introspection. Okay? The fourth thing that we talked about is that you need to get in the habit of planning, because of what Brian Tracy said, something about 2 hours spent planning results in 1 hour worth of execution. Bottom line, bottom line is that the more you plan, the faster you get to your goals, because you know exactly what you should be doing. There's less time wasted. Okay, so get in the habit of planning. The last thing we talked about is that you need to get rest. We need to work on that. Both of us, we need to work on that. So you need to get rest, learn how to turn your brain off so that you can trigger serotonin in your brain, so that you know your brain can recharge and make all these important decisions to get you to your goals. Okay, I hope this video was helpful to you. I know it feels different. I think it feels different for two reasons. One, my environment is different, and two, I'm talking a mile a minute, and that I can't really control because I already have the caffeine in my system. So I'll work on it for the next video. Okay, all right. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, comment, and share so that we can get the content to more people. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you in my next video.